Happy Friday, everyone. So it 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 it's with a heavy heart and a ton of happy but sadness in my heart as well. But I say it's time to review the last episode 26 of DC Universe's Harley Quinn. And guys, I have to say, I do not want episode 26 to 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 be the last time I that I get to see Harley in this animated form, but just in case it was, man, did everything end? Everything ended. How I think it was meant to. So basically, guys, um, Two-Face finally, literally, actually does the thing he's named for. Um, he, Commissioner Gordon is expecting to get, um, a, a key to Gotham City, uh, along with the rest of the, Justice League for their heroic efforts in finally managing to restore order to Gotham. But Jim doesn't get one. So so he so 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 Commissioner Gordon finally cracks and says, "Hey, look, I should have gotten that last key instead of the mayor of Gotham City, giving it to himself for doing absolutely jack fucking shit." Um, and so while accompanying Two-Face back to Arkham Asylum, uh Two-Face gives Commissioner Gordon the idea of uh, 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 of actually trying to run for mayor, and Two-Face also comes up with the plan of crashing Kite Man and Ivy's wedding because of all the well-known supervillains that will be there and how much credibility that will give Jim as a hero. And so Commissioner Gordon and the rest of the Gotham police basically hijack Chuck and Pam's wedding and basically kidnap or or, or, or or basically do away with all the real catering staff. And Jim even goes so far as to become the priest that is going to marry Kite Man and Ivy. And Harley during the course of these events is kind of checked herself willingly back into Arkham just for a random chance to finally be alone, because she knows for the absolute last time that she really messed up Ivy's supposed one chance to be happy. And it's actually when Harvey sees Harley, and it's when Two-Face and Harley actually see each other in Arkham, in the cafeteria, no less, that Two-Face actually plays the role of his former self, Harvey Dent, and basically tells Harley that, hey, the 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 the, the commissioner is going to basically screw up your best friend's wedding to make himself look good, and uh, and as long as you break me out, uh, I'll tell you everything else. So Two-Face and Harley basically one last time escape from Gotham together, and Jim's plan is going exactly according to plan, but it's with a little help from Two-Face's knowledge that that Harley ultimately saves the wedding while pissing off Kite Man, Ivy's real bridesmaids, Jennifer, Nora Freeze, and Catwoman, who's actually been dating Tim Burton. Um, uh, Another kind of real quick funny connection to Tim's anime itself in this episode is Clayface is said to sing a song at the wedding reception, and he's super nervous to do it. Not because it's in front of Ivy or just because that it's a wedding in general, because it's in front of Tim Burton, and Clayface feels that this is his chance to get discovered as a real actor. And 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 even though Harley's the only one that knows what's really about to go down at this wedding, Ivy leveraged to stop Commissioner Gordon. Ivy eventually sees as just another thing that Harley's messing up. So Ivy initially tells Harley finally after she's met, sort of not doubt the owner of the corn factory, which is the original venue where Chuck wanted to marry Ivy in, which Ivy was able to secure from Condiment Man by having by having Frank eat Condiment Man and his girlfriend. But at the beginning of the episode, Ivy says to Chuck, "Hey, I'm sorry, and don't you still want to marry me?" And Chuck's like, "Oh yeah." Or maybe I should just go to the bar, get super drunk, and talk about my favorite metal album of all time, then start to cry for no reason, and ultimately throw up on myself. And then and then Ivy's like, my favorite male record would have to be Appetite for Destruction from Guns N' Roses, and then Kite Man makes the reference that GNR's not a heavy metal band, but ultimately, to cut to the chase, guys, Commissioner Gordon's plan actually almost works because he uses knockout gas to literally impair everyone, but Harley still not wanting to wanting her best friend's wedding to get ruined. It's actually the one that kicks Commissioner Gordon's ass, and then and then the last two things that happen in the episode is after Commissioner Gordon all impairs everybody and everybody, including Catwoman and Tim ultimately run away. Chuck finally says to Ivy, You aren't going to be the one to admit this, so I will. I'm not the person for you, and I don't want to redo my wedding again because in Chuck's vows, he paints a very vivid picture of a very detailed picture of what he wants that their lives to be together. And even I, as a viewer of this episode, can say that yes, guys, Chuck is right. Ivy's eyes didn't lock in with Chuck's when he said the vows. So then Chuck kind of flies off, and then the moment finally happens that Harley and I think the rest of us have been waiting for all season long, guys. Ivy finally says to Harley, after Harley apologizes one more time for basically screwing everything up, Ivy finally says that you've finally grown into the Harley that I've always wanted to see. And then the biggest moment of them all, Harley says, I love you, Ivy. And then Harley finally gets what she wants. Ivy finally says, I love you back. And then right before it says the end with a question mark, Ivy and Harley finally do share one last real kiss as they get chased by the police. And one last quick little funny thing I'll mention is Harley even offered to take the place of the now indisposed minister because Harley actually got a license to marry people online. So she even offered to conduct the ceremony. But the point is, guys, Harley finally got Ivy to say I love you back. So that was validation that now that they both were Ivy finally communicated to Harley the same feelings that Harley's been showing for her pretty much since this entire season began. And then, like I said, guys, one last kiss, and then it says the end with a question mark. Now, sadly, as of the recording of this video, Season 3 has still officially not been confirmed. However, I I I I I did hear in a video earlier today that there is supposed to be a major Harley Quinn related event happening in August. So hopefully that is what they will say, whether Harley and Ivy will will get the return in the form of season 3 or not. But just in case, today was what was the final bow for Harley for 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 Harley Quinn, the animated series. I wanna say thank you, Frank, Cy, Clayface, Ivy, Kite Man. But I want to say an especially big thank you to Harley for one very fun, insane, and most of the time fucked up ride. But I do have to say, guys, I enjoyed every single minute of it. And again, Casey, in my eyes, is still no replacement for the darling of voice acting, and in my opinion, the definitive voice of Harley, Tara Strong. But I do have to say, guys, Casey delivered each and every line in a way that I could still picture Tara having given a very similar performance. So again, thank you, Harley, for one seriously memorable and beautiful ride. And please, and this is actually a known fact, everybody, but before I end this today, Harley Quinn is actually DC Universe's most in-demand show to continue. So may this big Harley Quinn event be when they announce the highly anticipated season 3. But yes, everybody, Harley and Ivy, they may not technically be married, but yes, now they both know that it's been confirmed that now they are a couple. And may I say that last kiss was extremely satisfying. Again, guys, I would surely recommend both seasons of Oddly so far. And again, I hope one day that they do get to return in season 3. But just in case, this was the final bow, the thank you, good night, the be all and all. I can say I'm personally very satisfied. My only real complaint is that this final episode of season 2 wasn't long enough and it went far too quickly. But again, guys, I want to say thank you to the team behind Harley Quinn as well, because if it wasn't for their talent, we wouldn't be able to have enjoyed this very wacky and fucked up story. And hopefully, guys, especially with the end and question mark, hopefully that's it, that yes, in fact, there is still very strong interest in hopefully continuing the story. But at last, Harley and Ivy actually are together, and if this really is the end of their story, I couldn't have asked for a better ending than that. So, thank you, Harley Quinn, for a truly memorable ride. I'm gonna I'm gonna miss you guys. But hopefully all of us will see Harley and Ivy to get together again sooner rather than later. And again, even if this was the last time, you guys went out with one very big bang. And shame on Commissioner Gordon. You you want the real hero that 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 got Gotham City back together. Because in a weird twist of fate, Harley is the one that ultimately played semi-anti-hero, even if it was to just repair the relationship. Not now with their wife, I guess. But again, guys, episode 26, season 2, episode 13 was truly something special. And again, my only real complaint about it is it went too quickly. So again, thank you, Harley and Ivy. And I hope I do hope that one day we will see each other again. Harley, I love you. I'm gonna miss you. But thank you guys and happy trails.